In an almost unbelievable moment, the international public was shocked by Jungkook's emotional confession in Tokyo, which instantly triggered a hysterical reaction from Jimin. How could two BTS members, who have always been known for their unity, mutual support, and almost never showing cracks in their relationship, suddenly draw global attention because of such an intense emotional outburst? Who was the figure Jungkook was actually referring to in his statement, and why did armies all over the world instead sink into deep sadness? It all started from a sudden interview Jungkook did in Tokyo last week. Jungkook, who came with a professional agenda, including meetings with international music labels and global collaborators, suddenly steered the session in an unexpected direction. At the end of the interview, Jungkook's voice was heard trembling as he uttered a short but meaningful sentence. "I just hope he knows why I'm doing this. I hope he can understand now." No name was explicitly mentioned, but the public immediately linked those words to Jimin, his close friend who is currently serving his mandatory military duty in South Korea. It didn't take long for the video clip of that interview to go viral on social media. The short clip showing Jungkook's tense facial expressions spread rapidly on Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok, triggering thousands of comments from fans who were both shocked and worried. Then came shocking news from South Korea. Local media reports stated that Jimin cried hysterically when watching Jungkook's statement video. Some internal sources even reported that military staff had to step in to calm Jimin's emotional state. The question is, what made Jimin's reactions so explosive? Speculations began to emerge. Some parties suspected that Jungkook's confession in Tokyo was related to emotional dynamics that had long been stored between the two idols. Quite a few linked it to rumors of a rift caused by the pressure of their solo projects, the physical distance due to military service, and unresolved misunderstandings. Interestingly, there was also a theory that Jungkook deliberately came to Tokyo to indirectly apologize to Jimin through the media, hoping his message would reach him even though they could meet face-to-face. On the other hand, the rumors heated up when the name of international artist Taylor Swift got dragged in. It was rumored that Jungkook's presence in Tokyo was also related to a collaboration offer with Taylor, who happened to be in Asia promoting her latest album. However, until now, there has been no official confirmation from the agency or related parties regarding the involvement of the global artist. The public then began to shift focus from the possibility of a musical collaboration to the emotional drama between these two famously close BTS members. What further strengthened the public's suspicions were notes from previous interactions. During a live session with fans on the Weverse platform some time ago, Jungkook once wrote an ambiguous sentence. "Sometimes not everything can be said directly, but I believe the time will come." That sentence, which might have sounded ordinary before, is now linked as an early signal of the emotional explosion that eventually erupted in Tokyo. Many Korean pop culture observers believe that emotional statements like this rarely come from Jungkook, who usually maintains a professional image and does not mix personal matters with his career. Behind all this commotion, Big Hit Music, the agency managing BTS, instead chose to remain silent. There was no official statement, no clarification, not even an explanation regarding Jimin's emotional condition in the military. The agency's silence only further strengthened speculation that something was being managed behind the scenes. Fans began writing open requests to the agency through social media, urging them to immediately provide an official clarification to quell the rampant wild rumors. Not only armies in Korea, but international fans also showed emotional reactions. Many admitted to crying, feeling sad, and feeling lost because their idols were now caught in such an openly emotional conflict. "We don't care which artist he met in Tokyo. What we care about is that their relationship stays strong," wrote one fan on X, formerly Twitter. Another wrote, "Jungkook and Jimin are each other's strength. Seeing them like this truly breaks our hearts." However, amid all the theories and speculations, there are also voices asking the public to remain rational. Several media observers emphasized that so far there is no concrete evidence indicating a serious rift between Jungkook and Jimin. Most reports come from low-quality video clips that have not been verified, while information about Jimin's hysterical crying also comes from anonymous online communities whose truth is unclear. In other words, there is a high possibility that the public is currently trapped in a whirlpool of misinformation reinforced by the collective emotions of fans. Even so, one thing that cannot be denied is the enormous emotional impact of this event, both for the idols and for armies around the world. Behind the glittering international stage, They are still humans who carry emotional burdens, professional pressures, and complicated personal relationships. When one of them shows cracks or turmoil in front of the public, the impact feels like a huge wave hitting millions of hearts around the world. Now, all eyes are on Jungkook's next move. Will he provide clarification? Will Jimin speak out from his military service? And most importantly, will their relationship recover as it once was? Or will this become the beginning of a new chapter that not everyone is ready to face? Until now, only time can answer all those questions. But one thing is certain, the public will continue to monitor every development with full hope and perhaps also fear for answers they may not be ready to hear. And the increasingly heated development. We see how one emotional statement from Jungkook in Tokyo was able to trigger a storm of speculation worldwide. But the question now is all this real? Or are we all just victims of media drama that continues to fish for public emotions for clicks and attention? Let's dive deeper, not just with feelings, but also with logic and skepticism. First, let's look at the facts available. Jungkook did give an interview in Tokyo, and there is indeed a video clip showing him saying, "I just hope he knows why I'm doing this. I hope he can understand now." But is there any official statement that directly mentions Jimin?
No.
Did we hear directly from Jungkook's mouth that this statement was addressed to Jimin? Again, no. So, where did this speculation come from? Most of it arises from public interpretation, viral video clips on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, as well as online forums that love to dissect every word, every expression, to find hidden meanings. Have you ever asked yourself, who first spread the rumor about Jimin crying hysterically? Did it come from official sources, or just from anonymous accounts in online communities? In fact, reports about Jimin's emotional condition in the military come from local media quoting unofficial sources. Sources that are unnamed, unconfirmed, and even uncertain whether they truly exist. In situations like this, we should ask, are we witnessing reality? Or are we being led into a dramatic story created to manipulate our emotions? Let's clarify one important thing. The information we present comes from various social media, including TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, and several other media. However, the truth of that information still needs to be further verified. Do you, as readers, immediately believe all the viral information appearing on social media? Or did you stop for a moment and ask, who benefits from all this attention? Think about it. When big names like Taylor Swift get dragged into this rumor, why is the media so quick to link it to Jungkook's meeting in Tokyo? Is there really a factual basis for this? Or is it just a media strategy to create sensation? Isn't Taylor herself, as an international artist, already a news magnet on her own without needing to be linked to BTS's internal drama? Who is really playing behind the scenes to make this news explode even more? We also need to question, why did Big Hit Music, BTS's agency, choose to remain silent? Are they preparing an official clarification? Or do they actually know that this issue is not worth responding to because it's all based on speculation? The agency's silence is often considered an indirect acknowledgement, but is that always true? It's possible they are actually protecting their artists from unfounded rumor storms. For you, ARMYs, and K-pop fans around the world, have you considered that news like this might be engineered to boost engagement, increase views, or even divert public focus from other, more important issues? Aren't you curious why most of these reports come only from social media, not from direct confirmation by official parties? Remember, South Korea's entertainment industry is famous for its ability to craft captivating public narratives. However, that doesn't mean everything that looks dramatic on the surface always reflects the truth behind the scenes. Are you sure that every tear reported by the media truly happened? Have you questioned who really controls the storyline? It's important for all of us not to be mere passive consumers of circulating news. Don't let emotions alone direct your opinions. Instead, raise critical questions. Who is the original source of this information? Is there concrete evidence supporting these claims? Who benefits the most from the viral spread of this issue? Has social media verified the truth of the news before spreading it? Could this just be part of a marketing or sensationalism strategy?